Andrew Morrison here, also known as Andrew the Astrologer. Welcome back to my channel. If you aren't subscribed, get subscribed and make sure to turn on all notifications as well as hitting the like button below. It's the best way to stay up to date and to be notified for my future related content and videos here on my YouTube astrology channel. Before we get into today's main content discussing my top astrological predictions and insights for the month of April 2024, I just want to quickly mention this. If you are really needing an astrological chart reading with me, the best way to schedule that is to send me an email, actually, which is always posted down in the description down below. Also found there down there as well is a link to my free, again, completely free, no cost whatsoever, Facebook astrology group community. And I've had that group for several years now, and there's people all around the world actually in that Facebook group as well. So let's just dive right into today's main video. I want to keep this really short. It's how my viewers and people tuning in like it best. So there's really three main astrological events actually occurring this month in April 2024. So first things first, this month actually kicks off with a really big bang. And what I mean here is that we have Mercury retrograde. And I also want to put this disclaimer on this video is that I'm not a Western-based astrologer. I actually practice a different system known as Vedic astrology. Other people call it different terms and different phrases. And so Mercury retrograde will be first in the zodiac sign of Aries and then shifting backwards into Pisces. So Pisces is where Mercury does not feel comfortable whatsoever. It's a very weak spot and point for this planet of communication and travel and transportation. And so Mercury retrograde, this particular season will last from April 1st, the first day of April, of course, all the way to April 24th. So that's approximately 3 weeks for Mercury retrograde seasons. And so just for some context here, I like to provide some dates so people and my viewers have an idea of what to look out for. So from April 1st to April 13th, that time frame looks incredibly intense and very volatile. And what I mean here is that planet Mercury will be shifting into very treacherous as well as transformative energy, but it's very intense and very volatile degree points that planet Mercury will be shifting and will be residing in. So as you can see, this will be very much of a messy Mercury retrograde season this month in April, and do expect a lot of not just miscommunications, but you have to understand that the zodiac sign of Pisces, it's very emotional. So there will be a lot of emotional intensity in the air and brewing, and therefore you have to understand that emotions aren't always irrational. So there will be a lot of very much irrational arguments and conversations, people thinking not in terms of logic, which is connected to Mercury, but people will be thinking more in terms of emotions and feelings, which again isn't always factual. Emotions aren't always factual. Just want to point that out. So in addition to heated and emotional intensity with how people are articulating and conversing with each other, also expect more travel mishaps, even accidents, especially during that time frame I just mentioned. A lot of absent-mindedness and confusion during this Mercury retrograde season. If you are traveling, definitely check your schedules, because do expect a lot of delays and frustrations with there. Not everyone, of course, but many people all around the world will be experiencing just travel chaos and delays. So moving on to my next point, we have a huge solar eclipse, again, in the zodiac sign of Pisces, occurring on April 8th. And Pisces is all to do with final chapters and endings. And we also have simultaneously a lot of very big insignificant planets in Aries. So what I foresee and what I'm sort of gathering as an astrologer, this eclipse season, a huge theme, I should say, deeply connected to this eclipse season has a lot to do with endings and beginnings. As the popular cliche goes, as one door closes, another door opens. And that is something that really rings to mind, really comes to mind, I should say, thinking and discussing about this particular eclipse season. So whether it's a job, relationship, marriage, love interest, whatever it is, a lot of people will be experiencing just huge radical changes and endings. With that said, things will be closing for a lot of people. Furthermore, talking about this solar eclipse, the ecliptic path will not only be crossing the United States, but it will be, more importantly, crossing paths with the state of Texas. So again, from an astrological standpoint, this is strongly indicative of the border crisis becoming even more problematic and even more out of control. There's just a lot of out of control energy this month in April with all of this planetary energy. And then to add to insult, we have a really intense eclipse in the zodiac sign of Pisces. Furthermore, do expect this continuation of more intense and chaotic weather patterns, more storms, especially natural disasters, earthquakes. And then also do expect a lot of deep, dark secrets and huge truth bombs, revelations, and even more corruption will be coming to the surface. I did talk about that in my lunar eclipse video. And there's so much, at the time of this video, there's so much coming out in regards to the music industry. I think a lot of people, especially if you are residing in the US, you already know it's been all over the news, this really dark, disgusting stuff with the music industry. And I don't even want to get into it because it's so dark to talk about. But if you don't know what that's all about, just leave a comment. I'm sure other people will respond to it. So, another huge, important, significant astrological event this month is we have Mars and Saturn forming a conjunction most of this month. Mars is the planet of action and energy. Saturn is the planet of slowing down and discipline. So this type of energy will definitely trigger and ignite a lot of frustrations, deep frustrations, a lot of agitation, and a lot of deep-rooted stress for a lot of people, not just on a personal level, but also on a global spectrum as well. Furthermore, on a practical note, this will add more insult to injury with more economic slowdown and inflation. Really just things coming to the forefront in regards to the economy is a huge energy and theme I foresee and predict with Mars and Saturn coming together, because it will also be in the zodiac sign of Aquarius, which is all to do with the people of the world and humanity and societies. And then furthermore, I just foresee really for the rest of this year, actually, this eclipse will ignite this, but huge radical transformational changes, particularly with government and political leaders, government leaders, and so on and so forth. So if you found today's video helpful, definitely subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video to come. Thank you.